Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV News Circle here in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have approved the takeoff of the first phase of the Consumer Credit Scheme. This was contained in a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngilali. The President believes every hardworking Nigerian should have access to social mobility, with consumer credit playing a pivotal role in achieving this vision. Ingilali explained that consumer credit serves as the lifeblood of modern economies, enabling citizens to enhance their quality of life by accessing goods and services upfront, paying responsibly over time. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, Olu Olukayode, handed over 14 recovered assets to Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State during the handing over ceremony held at EFCC headquarters, Jabi, Abuja. Olukayode revealed that the asset recovered by the commission was forfeited to the federal government. He added that the EFCC began an investigation into the development since 2007 and had achieved the conviction of persons related to the matter. Similarly, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) may prosecute 300 foreign racketeers trading on a peer-to-peer platform outside the financial regulations. The EFCC chairman, Ola Olukayode, who gave this indication during an interactive program with editors and bureau chiefs in Abuja, revealed that the accounts were frozen following a court order. It is disclosed that one of the accounts traded over $15 billion in the past year. Recently, the federal government, through the Nigerian Communications Commissions, blocked the online platforms for Binance and other crypto firms, averted what is considered continuous manipulation of foreign markets and illicit movement of funds. It also detained two senior executives of Binance, a cryptocurrency exchange, amid efforts by the government to rein in speculations on the naira by cracking down on cryptocurrencies exchanges. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission has filed a fresh charge at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory against the embattled former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. EFCC in the charge accused Emefiele of approving the printing of 684,590,000 at the rate of 18.96 billion naira. EFCC alleged that Emefiele broke the law with intent to harm the public during his implementation of the naira swap policy of the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The anti-graft agency also accused Emefiele of unlawfully approving the withdrawal of 124.8 billion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Funds of the Federation. Insurance Corporation (NDIC) has inaugurated an anti-corruption and transparency unit (ACTU) at its headquarters in Abuja. Speaking at the inauguration, which was conducted by officials of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC), Managing Director Chief Executive NDIC Bello Hassan says the corporation has a culture of zero tolerance for corruption, which is further strengthened by its core value of teamwork, respect and fairness, integrity, professionalism and passion. He explained that the specific measures include robust internal controls, regular risk assessments, and strict adherence to regulatory guidelines and comprehensive training for programs for employees. The Nigerian Port Consultative Council (NPCC) has expressed support for the Single Window Project, calling for the quick implementation in order to improve ease of doing business in the nation. In a statement by the chairman of the council, Bolaji Sumola, says that the project, when fully implemented, will not only increase the ease of doing business in Nigerian ports, it will further assist the facilitation of trade in ports and border ports. Sumola stated that the council is ready to assist the implementation project by way of monitoring its progress and give necessary advisory support. The Federal Airport Authority has said it has diverted all flight operations from the Murtala Mohammed Airport Terminal 1 to the D wing of the airport over a fire incident. FAAN also added that the engineers at the airport have disconnected power from the entire E-wing of the airport to quench the raging fire, which started around 5:29 a.m. local time. According to a statement signed by the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Obiageli Ora, smoke which was eventually turned into fire had erupted from the E-54 bridge. FAN, together with the Airport Rescue and Firefighters 7 team, were said to have restored calm in the area after some airport staff and travelers took to their heels. No fewer than 119 inmates of the Medium Security Custodial Center, Suleja, Niger State, have escaped following hours of heavy downpour which destroyed part of the facilities on Wednesday night. Spokesperson of the Federal Capital Territory FCT Command of the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, Adamu Doza, disclosed this in a statement. According to him, the service had immediately activated its recapturing mechanism and in conjunction with the sister security agencies, has so far recaptured 10 fleeing inmates and taken them into custody, while still at hot chase to recapture the rest. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority have suspended the Air Operations Certificate of Dana Air. This came barely 24 hours after Dana Airplane Abuja, coming from Abuja, landed at the Lagos Airport runway and veered off into a nearby field. Dana Airplane with registration number BNBKY had 83 passengers on board. However, all passengers and crew members disembarked on hot. NCAA, in a letter signed by the acting director, NCAA, Chris Najamo, said the AOC of the airline had been suspended while awaiting the investigation report from the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau. NCAA said it had initiated an in-house compliance assessment of the occurrence, taking into account Dana's track record in related occurrences. The Nigerian Air Force has several terrorists who were killed during a joint operation by the air opponent of Operation Haɗin Kai and troops of the Nigerian Army. The service also said their hideouts in Damasak and Mubar local government area of Borno State were equally destroyed. A statement by its Director, Public Relations and Information, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gabquet, noted that the terrorists had attacked and attempted to attack troops of Section 4 of the MGTF at Lada, a border between Niger Republic and Nigeria, and subsequently fled across the border into Nigeria. He added that the fleeing terrorists who were on the 8 motorcycles were later tracked to 2 locations in Zari village, about 28 kilometers east of Damasak and Mala Alide in the Mubar area of Borno State. The Federal Ministry of Education has convened an urgent meeting in response to an alarming online video circulating regarding alleged bullying incident at the Lead British International School. The Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Tanko, emphasized that government steadfast against any form of harassment or intimidation with an educational report. Global TV was there and brings you the report.
During the meeting, the Minister of State for Education expressed deep concern over the circulated video and took decisive action by appointing a 7-member committee to thoroughly investigate the circumstances surrounding the documented incident. The committee's mandate is to investigate the events as depicted in the videos and come up with expanded investigations to other schools using Lead British International School as a case study to address broader social vices, assuring the Nigerian populace of the government's commitment to ensuring safety and protecting the right of all students. He further reiterated the seriousness of the Federal Ministry of Education in addressing and eradicating vices within the education sector.
If the need arises, we also expand the investigation to many other schools that have this which happened in the cannot just allow it. We use this as a case study in trying to ensure that rights and privileges of students are protected. On the issue of the closure of the school in the next 3 days, that will be addressed as inter-ministerial discussion, and the ministry will resolve into a meeting to address that. It's an inter-ministerial issue, and will also discuss and respond to it appropriately.
The Permanent Secretary Education, Didi Wilson Jack, inquired about the existence of an anonymous suggestion box at the school where students can lodge their complaints discreetly, while recommending fostering relationship between teachers and students so as to enable students to feel comfortable reporting directly to them.
Would like to have a very frank discussion with you because it may actually help us in our further deliberations concerning safety of children in school, safety of children, vices in schools, and general discipline amongst children in schools. So we hope that you will open up, share with us, first of all, the issues that led to that particular incident and any other issues you would like to share with us that would help us to ensure that the menace of bullying in schools is actually addressed.
Representatives from Lead British International School led by Abraham Ogwuakambi, head of school at LBIS Abuja, assured the ministry that appropriate measures had been taken in response to the incident, including disciplinary actions in accordance with school policies.
Yes, and I would like to first start on behalf of the school to apologize for the fact that you said you waited for us at 2 o'clock and we were not here. And I want to first of all talk about what led to that. Actually, that led me talk to me at about 10 minutes to 12, and we were to be here for 12. But as at that time, there were parents who were briefed in the school compound. We invited the parents of all the children that were involved, and we intervened them one after the other.
The Federal Ministry of Education assures that it remains steadfast in its dedication to fostering safe and conducive learning environments for all students across the nation. For
Nigeria and 15 other countries have been boosted with $36.5 million in a new funding to eliminate trachoma in their countries. Country Director for Sight Savers, Dr. Joy Shoaibu, an international development organization, made this known in a statement in Abuja. Trachoma is a neglected tropical disease which begins as a bacterial infection that affects the eyes and causes vision loss and permanent blindness. Shoaibu said the funding was under its accelerated program aimed at eliminating the disease by 2027. You're watching News Circle, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the News Circle returns, FAN divert flight operations as fire breaks out at Lagos Airport. This and other stories are coming right after this short break. So stay with us. This is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the News Circle. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, the University of East Anglia, situated in Norway, United Kingdom, has announced the 33.150 euros, 44 million naira worth of scholarship and travel cost about 4,000 euros, 5.3 million to Nigeria and other applicants seeking masters in plant and health in its institute. The funding, according to the information gathered on the school website, is a David Saintbury Scholarship in Global Plant Health, which is fully funded for students planning to travel to the UK for study. The scholarship also covers postgraduate research and stipend level, which they also said will be determined later for the session for admission, adding that the previous academic year was 18.622 euros. The university also noted that the application is for 2024 to 2025 academic session, which will begin in September. U.S. President Joe Biden says his country will start sending fresh weapons and equipment to Ukraine within days. The U.S. Senate approved $95 billion, 87 euros foreign aid packages that includes military support for Israel and Taiwan as well as Ukraine. Biden vows to sign it off as soon as it reaches his desk on Wednesday so that the aid can be sent within the week. Ukraine has recently stepped up its calls for Western assistance as Russia makes steady gains in its invasion, including the package of $61 billion in military aid for Ukraine. It passes the Senate in the Bumstead vote of 79 to 18. And in business, the Federal Ministry of Finance have recovered over 57 billion naira from the 5.2 trillion naira debt owed by ministries, departments and agencies to the federal government. The Director of Special Project, Federal Ministry of Finance, Aisha Omar, disclosed this in Enugu during a one-day workshop on the federal government debt recovery drive through the Project Lighthouse program for the Southeast Zone. Declaring the event open, Omar, represented by the Deputy Director of Special Projects in the ministry, Bridget Moloko, revealed that the debt came to the spotlight from data aggregated from over 5,000 debtors across more than 93 MDAs. The naira further depreciated at the official market, trading at 1,308 naira 52 kobo to the dollar. Data from the official trading platform of the FMDQ exchange, a platform that oversees the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, NAFEM, revealed that the naira lost 8 naira 37 kobo. This represents a 0.64% loss when compared to the previous trading date on April 23rd, when it exchanged to 1,300 naira 15 kobo to a dollar. The federal government recorded a 52.9% year-on-year increase in deficit spending to 12.86 trillion naira in 2023 from 8.41 trillion in 2022. The rise in deficit spending was driven by a 40.6% rise in expenditure, which moderated the impact of the 20% increase in revenue during the review period. Following the same trend, expenditure rose to 18.83 trillion naira in 2023, representing 20.5% year-on-year increase from 13.39 trillion recorded in 2022. The federal government recorded the highest deficit spending of 1.69 trillion naira in March 2023. In furtherance of efforts to sanitize the mining sector, the federal government has revoked 924 dormant licenses spanning exploration, mining, small-scale mining, and quarrying license, making the announcement at a press conference. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, declared that in line with constitutional provisions, adequate notice was given to all concerned parties through the official Gazette of Federal Republic of Nigeria in number 227. Just published on December 27, 2023. Sharon Ajay has more details.
In view of the foregoing, Alake affirmed the revocation of 928 dormant licenses, which include 528 exploration licenses, 20 mining licenses, 101 quarry licenses, and 273 small-scale mining licenses. According to the minister, the notice gave all concerned parties 30 days to regularize their status, including clarification on what caused the license to be dormant. A total of 963 licenses were published and notified of the threat of revocation. No fewer than 39 either moved to site immediately or convinced the authorities of the challenges hindering their operation.
It has become imperative to revoke all dormant licenses. In line with constitutional provisions, we ensure that adequate notice was given to the concerned parties through the official Gazette of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, number 227, which was published on December 27, 2023. This notice gave all concerned parties 30 days to regularize their status, including clarifications on what caused the license to be dormant. Although a total of 963 licenses were published and notified of the threat of revocation, no fewer than 39 either moved to site immediately or convinced the authorities of the challenges which hindered their operations. In view of the above, which shows our adherence with due process and fair consideration, and in line with the standard policy of use it or lose it, I hereby revoke the 924 dormant licenses with immediate effect.
Speaking further, the minister stated that the action followed due process and fair consideration, whilst it underscores the commitment of the federal government to implement the standard policy of use it or lose it as enshrined in mining guidelines. According to Dr. Alake, investors across the globe are now free to apply for any of the affected cadastral units on the basis of first come, first serve.
There are so many negative consequences. First, serious businessmen ready to move to site are barred from making use of such sites because the concept of first come, first serve means that the place has been acquired. The country thus loses a lot of foreign direct investment on account of this sabotage. Second, by creating a secondary black market to pawn mineral licenses, the unsuspecting and unwary investor is misled into believing that he can only obtain license by patronizing the black market. This gives our country a bad image abroad and discourages investment. Thirdly, from feedback, the amount at which these licenses are sold are so huge compared to their costs from government, such that the funds which they could have used to initiate serious exploration or mining are spent on speculators.
He noted that the revocation is not meant to be punitive. The minister announced an opportunity for affected licenses to make restitution, imposing fines for different categories of revoked licenses, stressing that this also applies to the 1,633 titles revoked last year for default in payment of annual service fees. The minister further warns that henceforth the federal government will not tolerate the nefarious activities of licensed racketeering or those that obtain licenses for speculation in order to offer them to the highest bidder. Sharana J. reporting for Global TV News.
Oil marketers have continued to dispense automotive gas oil, popularly called diesel, at a price between 1,350 liters per dollar and 1,450 naira per liter in various locations across country, despite repeated cuts in the price of the commodity by Dangote Petroleum Refinery. This also follows about 470 naira per liter slash in the price of aviation fuel, popularly called Jet A, by the Dangote Refinery. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery announced a further reduction in the prices of diesel and aviation fuel to 940 naira per liter and 980 naira per liter, respectively. The Court Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRCA, Dr. Dauda Ali Biyu, has said that a total of 33 persons died in 62 road traffic crashes during this year's Easter celebration. Speaking during the press conference on the outcome of the 2024 Easter and Eid al-Fitr special patrol operations that lasted from March 28 to April 2nd and April 8 to April 13, 2024, respectively, the Corps Marshal says during the 2024 Easter special patrol period, the Corps report recorded 62 road traffic crashes. This is against 107 in the same period of 2023, representing 42% decrease. The crashes involved 417 people in 2024, in contrast to 705 in the previous year, also indicating significant reduction of 40.9%. The analysis also shows that of the aforementioned crashes, the Corps also recorded reduction in the facilities as 33 victims were killed in 2024 and 81 killed in the same period in 2023. This represents 59.3% reduction. And that's it on News Circle, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fawzia Lukman. Thank you so very much for watching.